What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Skinny Moose.
Your boy Fast Squirrel.
And we got the boy, the circus member, the manager, Sadisto on tonight. So we're going to ask him a couple questions like we always do. Sadisto does have questions for us. I'm not don't really know what's going on here with the questions, but what made you become a ref or a manager? Because you're both. So
Well, let's see. What made me become a ref was the fact that so uh, I was managing Little Sicko, and I said I wanted to get involved with the whole carnage and the whole deathmatch scene, and so we came to determine that there's no room for a manager in a deathmatch because if I'm managing Little Sicko, I have to get involved. For one, there's no distance. Two, anything.
that's true.
So I kind of told him my background of where I came from, and a little special thing about is that I have a CNA background. That's certified nursing assistant. So we came up with the idea of me being a referee. That way I could ref his matches, referee any of the guys' matches. Because now that I've gotten used to everybody, it's more like a brotherhood type thing. And so, them guys are my family. So, who are you going to trust if you're in the ring and you get seriously hurt? You're going to trust somebody that's got some CNA background, some medical history, experience behind their belt.
That's true.
So, that's why I chose to be a referee. That way I could look out for not only Little Sicko, which I do. I look out for Little Sicko more than anybody. I mean, I am his manager.
Yeah.
And I want to keep him healthy. Because if he happens to get hurt and we miss a show, then it's not like everybody says the show must go on.
That's true.
Because right now I'm not boosting or bragging, but the Circus of Chaos, I'm pretty sure we're well known by now.
Yeah, y'all run Alabama.
And I mean, but that's why I like being a ref. And not only that, I mean, I love seeing the blood.
I kind of figured that.
I love it. It gets me hard. Even when I'm right, it gets me hard watching these guys bleed.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, that's just me. That's my character. That's what I care. I mean, it's me.
I like that. I like
Yeah. So, what is it like being part of Circus of Chaos?
It's not fun. I mean, if you're expecting me to say it was fun because I'm a clown, it's not fun. Because you got the circus part and then you got the chaos part. I consider Little Sicko the circus part. He's the happy. He gets in the ring. He goose off. He does all that stuff with the referees and stuff. Even the wrestlers, I've seen it. Even at our indie shows. Then you got the chaos part. The chaos part is me. That's where the dark shit comes in. And right now, I'm trying to get Little Sicko on that same level, like to go dark.
that. Okay.
Because you got to go through dark to see the light.
That's
That was
true.
once said by this guy. Bray Wyatt. And I'm telling you right now, like, if I can get little sicko on that same level, bro, heads would flip.
I'd like to see a little sicko on that level with Sadisto.
I can
Oh,
get
heck yeah.
Yeah. Let's turn little sicko. I can go for a dark sicko.
I think everybody could. Would they like it? Probably not. And why? Because it's something new.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Everybody's used to seeing him as him.
Yeah. Every wrestler needs a good change every once in a while.
Yeah.
So, what made you pick the clown mask and shorts to referee in? Considering you're the only ref that I know that doesn't.
Once again, that wasn't my idea. Because honestly, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in the ring with a bunch of psychopathic, crazy motherfuckers. Like, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And
There
then,
was 4 of them in that one.
little sicko was like, you want to get out there as a ref, maybe you should do this. So we went with the shorts and the short sleeve shirt. And of course, like, y'all seen it. Yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch the the video, there was so much blood. My shirt has gotten ruined.
The third round was.
It was
Yeah,
nasty.
the third round was.
It was
And then
nasty.
the next day, he persisted to fight a 2 out of 3 falls with Jay Blade. So, like.
He wants to take his little nappy head and rub it all over my shirt. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, Sadisto actually knows what that smells like. He won't even touch his shirt anymore. He's like, this shirt's now just stays where I put it. He hasn't seen it since Cup, and I'm not sure he wants to.
It literally smells like death.
He told me that, and I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna bring that onto the channel unless you're the one that's wearing it. And he's like, then I'm not gonna wear it. I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied with that.
Better yet, the best way to describe it is go buy you a tub of chicken liver, wait till it's about 110 degrees outside, and just let it sit. And then go open that
Oh,
container.
God.
What it smells like.
Oh, God.
I think I'm good. So, what is Sadisto's hobbies out of the ring?
I like fishing. I love fishing.
Sadisto loves to fish. I found that pretty interesting.
And I love taking care of my babies. I got 3 daughters, and then I got some adopted ones now.
Hey.
But I mean, my babies are my priority.
Love to hear that. Go ahead, Squirrel.
As a manager, seeing as you're a manager, what advice would you give somebody breaking into the business?
Whew. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Definitely.
I'm saying this on my perspective because when I first got into the wrestling business, because I'm a 16-year vet haunt actor, I didn't ask questions. I was lost in the locker room. I didn't know who to go to. I mean, of course, I had a little sicko, but we were just fresh into this whole circus of chaos stuff. So I didn't want to ask questions. I didn't want to feel like a dumbass. So ask questions.
Understand that.
You can go out there and put on a spot, and then you take a chance of accidentally screwing that spot up.
And hurting others or yourself. I understand that. Yes, that's
One thing out of all these years that I've been helping him, that's one thing I learned. You gotta treat others with respect to get your respect. And if you go in
So,
there, oh, go ahead.
so Sadisto, with that being said, everybody says that wrestling owes you nothing, but you owe everything to wrestling. What's Sadisto's answer on that?
I mean, honestly, to me, it's the fans, bro. Like, I feel like if you're gonna get in that ring or whatever, you owe the fans. The fans are there to see you entertain them, not
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
not them entertain you. You entertain them.
Yes,
If they're gonna pay for it, you give them what they pay for.
exactly. Thank you.
And I mean,
Yes.
they're probably just as bad as sick as I am, showing up at these shows and wanting to see somebody like shed blood and shit and spew everywhere. I mean, hell, I love it. I get a kick out of it.
So I guess I'm not sick. So just don't fuck it. I'll sit there and watch motherfucker fight. I literally took a light tube, so I
Yes.
mean I know it gets worse, but yes, I'd watch it. So what's the most brutal match that you have ever refed or managed?
I gotta say, last year, Carnage Cup 13,
I definitely would have to agree. Round three.
Bryant Woods and Little Sicko.
Mm,
But
mm.
it wasn't just them two. You also had Chewy and Necro in there, and they were beating the shit out of each other. Like seriously, I'm in the ring, bro, and I'm like expecting this thing to start off, all cool and shit and da da da. I didn't expect 100 light tubes come flying, bro. Not expect. But I tell you what, I'm that one referee that's got the balls to be in the ring with all four of them guys,
Mhm.
and not once leave that ring. And
I think I think Sadisto found his playground in that match.
I love it.
He was just
But it scared me at the same time too. I fucking love it, but it just scared me at the same time too.
I do not blame you considering you have three fucking monsters of a man and then you got little sicko who you really don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. One minute he might just be walking around the ring and the next minute he's fucking doing a crossbody halfway across the ring. You never know about little sicko.
Let me just sum things up. Just because everybody knows I'm his manager doesn't mean I don't know. I don't know shit. Like I don't. We don't sit in the back and I don't listen to these guys what they're talking about. Yada yada. I just want to know what the start of the match is and where the finish is. Like I don't know he's gonna come flying off of a fucking U-Haul truck. I mean, good God.
Little sicko even said out of his own mouth, he said, I don't even tell my manager what I do. I just go out there and do it. And I'm like,
No, he just doesn't.
he says,
And
he said,
when he does it, I'm like, oh, he just killed himself.
he said that Sadisto would be like, how's the start going to go? And he said, well, I'll show you when I get out here. And then he does it. And you're like, oh.
That's it.
And I'm like, this is fucking, that's the first. But
And
it's what makes Circle of Chaos.
the reason why I say I want to know the start and the finish is because I'm dyslexic and I cannot remember like four fucking things, bro. Like it'll tie a knot in my head. So if I know what the start is and what the finish is, I'm good. Y'all can beat the shit out of each other all you want during in between that. I'm good.
I feel that. I feel that. I'm dyslexic myself. I'll sit there and forget half the fucking match. So, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, especially when it comes to doing his match, because he's like flippity floppity all over the place, bro.
He'll go from laying in the middle of the ring to being on top of the U-Haul back to being to laying on the fucking hard ass ground.
I'm waiting for him to do a Tarzan. Just comes out of the fucking tree, and yeah, like a fucking spider monkey. Wait,
So I know Sadisto used to work at a haunted house. How did that come about? Like, how'd you get your job for a haunted house and everything?
I was scared of haunted houses before I even started. Like I was scared. I was terrified. I wouldn't even go to one.
Really?
Oh, and I was like, you know what? I sat down and thought, and I was like, the only way I'm gonna get over this shit is if I work at one. And that's all. That's the only thing I planned on doing was working at just one haunted house, so I can get over the fear. Well, it went from working at one to where I worked at 8 of them,
Oh,
and now I love it. Like, I mean, of course, the wrestling takes time out of it, but I haven't forgot a lick of what I'm supposed to do if I walk into a haunted house.
it's true.
Once again, it goes back to these guys being in a ring, entertaining the fans, when I'm in a haunted house and I'm supposed to be entertaining these people.
Yeah.
They're paying to see something from you.
I could see a haunted house and wrestling kind of collide together.
That'll be weird, but
Yeah.
horror matches, like horror, to where like some off the wall movie scenery type shit matches, that'd be cool as shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Like I know how John Rare came out with the whole Saw match and all that. I mean, dude, I loved it. I loved it, and I'm gonna miss John. I'm just glad I was able to read all of his like the matches from 12 and up.
John was a hell of a competitor. John was probably one of the. John's a legend and
Yeah.
a Southern deathmatch legend.
Oh, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. Hey, John, if you're watching, I still got it. I still got it.
Oh, do you know what that is, Squirrel? John Rose boot from the
No.
card. It's got 13 round one.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Right after John Rowe retired.
Heck yeah. With you working in haunted houses, you seem like you're a big horror fan. What would you say is your favorite horror movie?
Um, House of a Thousand Corpse, Devil's Reject,
Oh,
Ooh!
31.
Any Rob
oh,
Zombie movie, I'm assuming.
Pretty much because there's a story behind that. I actually went to my very first HorrorCon, which is a horror convention, and I actually got to sit down and talk to Sid Haig. For y'all that don't know, that is Captain Spaulding. Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig, had worked with me on developing my character. He seen what I looked like
oh.
at first, and he wanted to talk to me and go over some ideas with my character and everything. So we went over that, and I have been working and developing my character a little more. And so back before he had passed away was the last time I seen him, and he told me to keep my head up and keep moving forward. Now, granted, don't know what he meant by that because I didn't ask questions. I just took it with a grain of salt. So, did he mean me coming into the wrestling industry as sadisto?
You never know. You never know.
Oh.
So, what was your main job when you worked at the haunted house?
I was a goofy ass clown.
Mm,
And I say that now because
interesting.
I love this new look. Like, it's not a bozo look at all. I love it. But I was this goofy ass clown. And every year that I did haunt, my first year, I tried something different. I've always been an ICP fan. I love their music. I love their music. And I always wanted to be a clown. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this clown shit don't happen overnight. It don't. It took me 12 years to come up with a whole name and a whole look and a whole background story and everything.
Oh wow.
Them whole out of that whole year, I mean, all the seasons that I worked haunts, I've always been a clown. And I think a lot of it had to do with a lot of the clown movies that I've watched.
Ooh.
Because not only that, but what's like, I say like 80% of the people that come through haunts, what are they most scared of?
Clowns.
Wow.
But why are they afraid?
Because of their childhood trauma.
Could
And
it be?
what
Could it be the smile that we always wear?
that the laugh, the jump scares that y'all give off. Some clowns are just silent and have weapons. So, they just like jump out and fucking scare you with their damn hammers or some shit. I'm not scared of clowns, but I'm not all about the little car and how 10 clowns can fit in one little miniature car.
I don't know either.
I'm not about that shit.
I'm not.
So, how did the name Sadisto come about?
Whew, that took a lot of thought. When I came up with the whole character, I was like, I want to be something not original, but original. So watching a bunch of clown horror movies and everything else, and then I was like, they're kind of sadistic. So the word sadistic and create a sadisto with it. So that way you have the sadistic part in there, but with a TO.
That's cool as fuck. I never thought about that.
So like this whole deathmatch stuff, it's music to my ears. Damn it! I mean, if you want me to be real with you, it's music to my ears.
It makes Sadisto feel at home.
Guys put themselves through a lot of fucking pain and just sitting there watching them scream and shit. Ooh, ooh.
So, I heard Sadisto has a toy box at Waverly Hills Hospital Sanatorium. Can we hear about it?
What you want to know about it?
I want to know everything about it because, like, I heard that um, something to the effect that if they fall at the hands of Little Sicko, then all of them go to Sadisto's toy box.
Well, see, it all started with the haunt.
Okay.
Every person that came through my little room was a victim of mine.
Okay.
So when I scared the shit out of them, they became my little toys, my little pets.
Ooh.
So with me creating a whole story of Sadisto, I took Waverly Hills Sanitarium and put it into my background story. So they have this death shoot at Waverly Hills where they took the dead body from the tuberculosis and dropped them in a chute
Yeah.
down to a pit.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's take this pit and make it Sadisto's toy box.
That's fucking interesting.
When you feel lost, you got somebody to look up to.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah.
So what does Sadisto do in his toy box?
I can't answer that one. I mean, I could, but it's awful.
Oh. Go ahead, squirrel.
Say it's not tea time, I promise.
Not tea time. I guess.
I like. Sorry. Out of all the places you have traveled as the manager of Circle Chaos, where would you say that they have got the biggest crowd reaction in?
Shit. Ugh. Trying to think. Hold on. Give me a minute. Fuck it. I guess I have to say Boaz, Alabama. I didn't want to go down the same route as Little Sicko, but I mean, as I'm sitting here thinking, I mean, it's Boaz,
I think we got little. I think we got sadisto stumped.
and that's the only place I can really think of that we got a huge ass pop from. But I mean, now granted, at our home show, we're heels. Me and Little Sicko, we're heels. Like when our music hits, before we even come out the curtain or even touch the curtain, everybody's cheering for us. Like we get a huge pop there too. But then again, it's like we thought we weren't going to be nothing, and then we went from nothing to something. I'm not saying we're the greatest. I'm not saying we're the baddest. I'm not saying I'm not saying none of that shit. But just going from down here to like mid level right now, like it's unreal. Like everywhere we go, we get a pop. It doesn't matter if we're heels, if we're babies, and blah 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 blah, whatever the hell they say, because Sadisto will always be a heel. Always. This is the way I built this character. Does that mean Sicko can be a baby? Yeah, he can be a baby all he wants. But Sadisto's always going to have that dark side. Always.
Yeah.
I
Whether
don't
we're
think
baby,
I could see a light sicko
like when
like sadisto.
I came into the wrestling business, I always told Little Sicko that I wanted to run a neutral ground.
I understood that.
That way, if I have to get involved, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. I respect that.
Hey, heck yeah.
But yeah, this spot was in Boaz.
So I know the sadisto probably don't want this question answered or asked, but I did speak to his wrestler, so I want his opinion. When we interviewed Little Sicko, he spoke about it, how Carnage Cup 12, him and Jamie Richard come off the building and went through the contraption and messed up Sadisto's toe. Can we hear about it? I didn't think Sadisto would speak on that.
I will. It hurt like hell. I cried like a baby. But you got two psychopaths coming off a roof, a 14-footer, I think. I can't remember.
28,
Coming
I
up
think.
onto glass, onto tables, onto chairs, and my main focus is worrying about them guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm worried about them. Like I'm not looking out for myself at that point. I'm looking out for them. Even though I wasn't a referee, I was a manager of Little Sickos. I was still looking out for them.
Yeah.
So they crash, they boom, and just smoke everywhere. Shit, Little Sicko's looking like he's like part of the Day of the Living Dead coming up out of the shit.
Yeah.
And when Troy starts ripping the stuff off, he's a referee. He starts ripping the stuff off of them. A table slides like right across my toe, and it just sit.
Yeah, and you seen that.
Jamie rolls over, and his weight is on this table now, which is on my foot. Yes, I felt it, but yes, I didn't want to move at the same time.
Yeah.
So he wasn't budging, he wasn't moving. So I was like, oh shit. So I took my foot and I pulled it out from this table. When I did, it took my toenail out with it. Busted it,
Hey.
busted it loose completely, like busted it loose. It didn't rip it completely off. I didn't rip it off until I got home and waited like a couple of weeks because I was hoping that it would get better, but it wouldn't. So I knew I had hurt myself, and I worried about a little sicko at the same time. And when we got to the back, I dropped him, made sure he was okay. He told me he was okay, so I went running to the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I was letting the tears fly, bro. That shit hurts. Like that should be a death match. Like seriously, like a like some ripping somebody's toenails off.
What the fuck?
Oh God.
Yes, that would be that would. I heard that, Little Sicko was telling us how bad, he said, I bet you that man was in some pain. I was like, sounds like it.
It sucked.
I feel your pain. I've been there. I never had mine like ripped off or nothing, but I've been
Like,
close to it and I feel your pain.
call me a bitch all you want, but like, till you rip your toenail off, then come talk to me.
Fuck that. No, no, no. There ain't no bitch there.
No, I'm
I
good.
can't insult somebody if I can't do the same damn thing. So, no, we'll
I ripped my fingernail one time like that, bro. That was my fingernail.
Like,
yeah, like, go ahead, squirrel.
As a manager, what would you say your biggest accomplishment in your being a manager so far would be?
13.
getting to know all the guys in the back, and I'll
Definitely.
like straight from the heart, like I said in the beginning, you end up forming a brotherhood. And see, I keep my circle very small, even in personal life. Um, but like getting used to everybody in the back and everything. I mean, realizing how cool these guys are, how they talk to you on a like person level and shit. I say that's my biggest accomplishment is like meeting the guys in the back because I've met a lot of true friends, and I can actually say half of them are like my brother.
Oh, that's cool. I understand that.
If it came down to it, you mess with the clowns, you're gonna get the whole locker room. I mean, seriously.
Fuck yes. So, what got Sadisto into fire?
Fire is my element. I love fire because
Cool.
I'm gonna sound a little crazy when I say this, but like, you know what I find hilarious?
What's up?
The fact that they teach you to stop, drop, and roll in school when you're on fire.
Yeah,
That when you set somebody on fire, they run around with a chicken like a chicken with their head cut off.
that's true.
I find it hilarious.
I guess that's a reflex or an instant thought reaction.
Just saying. I mean, stop, drop, and roll.
I mean, you got me there. Like, we learn that shit all of our lives. We hear it all of our lives, even after school. So, like,
But if you just sit and stare at a fire, because like I've done a lot of my indie promos and stuff with bonfires. I've actually sat in a fire and did promos for the fire. But if you actually sit there and look and watch the fire burn, fire can be very, very artistic.
yes.
Like there's one picture that I've got. I'll have to send it to you later. I'll ask John if it's okay. But from the Scata, or not Scatamania, but
Scotomania.
Oh yeah.
from that show, um, my girlfriend had took a picture, and it's when the ropes were on fire. There is a angel of like a flame of an angel, like right behind John in this photo.
That's cool considering John's nickname's the Angel of Death.
Right. And I sent it to John, and I was like, "You need to check this shit out, bro. It's pretty cool." And he was amazed by it. Like you don't see this shit as it's happening.
Exactly.
So like, I love fire. Um, Fire gets over very easy. It ain't shit to throw a fireball. I love throwing fireball. I actually want to see. I got to see Little Sicko do it. Kind of like a little bit of an inferno match.
Ooh.
But I would like to see him and his brother have a straight inferno match.
That was him and Jamie Richards in that
That was
Violent Shit Cup, wasn't it?
Jamie Richards, and I believe it was Blaine Evans.
Blaine Evans, yep, that was them three. And then, yeah, one of my questions. How many times how many times has Sadisto changed his mask or his gimmick? Two that I know of.
The mask has been painted over 12 times. The original mask, not this one. It's been painted over a dozen times. I got a look back here on a poster. I've got the look that I last had, and then I got this one. Now, the reason why I got rid of the old one is because it's cracking, and it's just, after so many years of a latex mask, it can only go so far.
Follow up question, Skinny's question about your mask. I would like to know: do you design and make your own mask, or does somebody else, design? Do you design and make your own mask?
I don't make them. I could make them, but that's a lot of money consuming. Since how you got to get the mold, latex, and all that stuff. Designing, yes.
What was your thoughts when Brant Woods gave Little Sicko a spider driver off the U-Haul at Cornish Cup 13? Sorry, but I should have already said this. I got Brant Woods' opinion. I got Little Sicko's, and now I want to hear it from the manager himself. So, go ahead.
Well, I mean, everybody knows I was refereeing.
Yeah.
You want to know my thought before or after?
Both, actually.
Before, I didn't know the shit was going to go down.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
So there's that. He obviously don't.
That's one finish. That's one finish that Little Sicko kept from me.
I'm just.
Now, after, I was scared. I was scared. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. And straight out the fucking box. Straight out my mouth. And if anybody has a problem with this, I'm sorry. But kiss my ass. Brian Woods has my respect.
I understand that.
He took care of my boy on a badass move. That's all I'm saying. Like, the move was not jacked up. It's just a badass move. You're doing a spider driver off of a U-Haul onto some glass, onto some tables, onto some chairs. I mean, seriously, and light tubes.
That was amazing, honestly. Sorry, Little Sicko. I enjoyed that spot, but shit.
I'm sorry that the beast messed up his back. But also, thank you again for taking care of him.
That one was. I loved that.
Move seriously can injure like it could fuck up both of them. It really could. And I mean, reffing that match, that whole match, dude. Like the minute that I counted that 1, 2, 3, and Bryant said, "No, this ain't over." And when he told Little Sicko, this is what me and your dad promised, and blah blah blah. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I fucking cried. I cried.
How? What else was you supposed to do? I mean, you've been at it with him. You go everywhere with him.
That whole match was like fucking emotional, bro. Like if you, like people like y'all don't live around Little Sicko. Y'all don't see him every day like I do. That shit scared the hell out of me, bro. Like seriously, like he looked like he was on death's bed, bro. Like you don't see that shit. They
It
say,
was.
like I say, fuck you.
It was a pretty. It was a pretty gruesome scene. And Little Sicko said he wants a part two with the Beast, and I'm like, um, you done got mingled like look like a fucking train wreck.
Well, you know what? You know what I gotta say to that?
Let it happen.
No,
Well, what's that?
Bryant made a point to make a man out of that kid.
Okay.
Bryant, if you're watching, if you're listening, he's your problem now, not mine.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh.
All
Holy
right,
snap.
that's straight. Okay, I'll take that. So, which one does Sadisto think is worse? Little Sicko versus Brat Woods at Carnage Cup 13, or Little Sicko versus Jamie Richards in Carnage Cup 12?
I say Bryant.
I kind of thought you was going to say that, but then I got to thinking, well, Little Sicko did take that
I'm
28.
I'm stuck in between on that because like they were both high fucking moves. Like seriously, like.
Yes.
But I feel like Bryant put Little Sicko through fucking hell. Like seriously. And there was more background to him and Bryant than there was anybody who wrestled already.
Yeah.
More of a
Yeah,
history between him and Bryant.
that's
I
true.
mean, I could have refereed his and Jamie's match and not shed a tear. But Bryant's, I couldn't do that, bro. Like I cried from the time he said that to Little Sicko until the time that match ended.
They told a beautiful story in that one, and I loved it. Now that I know both sides of the story, that it was it it, it was beautiful. And I go back and I watched, Carnage Cup 8, and I was like, hey, that looks like Little Sicko. And then I was seeing, the pictures from the interview, and I'm like, that is Little Sicko. And I'm like, what kind of story, It told a beautiful ass story. It's probably one of the most best stories that's ever come out of Deep South. And no offense to anybody that works there, but aside of, John's had a lot of beautiful stories with either Spider or Little Sicko, Brian White. But I mean, Bryant Woods and Little Sicko, they just told one hell of a story that you're not going to see anywhere else.
I just honestly wish to God that he still had Spider around because I would have loved to see Little Sicko and Spider go at it.
Fuck yes, you ain't a lion.
After hearing every story about Little Sicko growing up, Spider and Spider being like, his big brother.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that. That would have probably.
More closer to each other when Sicko Senior passed. Like I would have loved to see them two fucking butt heads like no other.
That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good.
Because I heard Spider was a crazy.
Never got to meet him, but from what I've seen in the ring, that man would demolish. I mean, he literally let John stab him in his arm and said, "Just don't hit my tattoo." So I'm not for getting stabbed, and I've covered that on the channel. I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that. When somebody looks at somebody else and says, stab me, I'm like, we don't do that around here where I'm from. We just don't stab each other.
Seeing how Circus of Chaos presence was at Carnage Cup, could we ever see Circus of Chaos at any other deathmatch tournament?
Well, I think this goes back to what Little Sicko told y'all, and that's up to the promoters. Now, I have said that I don't need to go everywhere that he goes. I'd rather, sit here, do my thing, and watch him grow.
Okay.
That's understandable.
Just because he's got a manager should not stop him. All I gotta say is whoever don't take a chance on him, you're fucking lost, but our gain. That's all I'm saying.
I gotta agree with Sadisto. Like, this boy can fucking bounce. He can move.
Oh yeah.
Little Sicko, he can work. And he's young.
If you ain't seen any of the fucking videos of his matches, you're missing out.
Get off your lazy ass and go check.
Yes,
Because
you are.
he's young and he will work for his age. And he's out here and he's done had, let's see, Bryant Woods. He's done had John Ray. There's two Southern legends right there.
Ain't Evans.
And he's had Jamie Richards. I mean, he could do technical too, so it's not just death matches. All he's asking for is one chance. He fucks it up, leave him alone. But you got to give the man a chance before denying him. At least got to give him. Let me tell you like this: you don't gotta like him, but you do gotta respect him, and you gotta respect his wrestling abilities. Me personally, I like Little Sicko. I always have. Ever since I seen him debut at 12, I was like, what the hell was clown, country redneck clown here? But hey, I kind of vibed with it. And then I started, talking Little Sicko a little bit more. And I was like, I can deal with this. I can work with this. I love this. And then he come out to 12 and like the Tyson. I'm like, my wife's like, that's half cut off. Them are custom made. I'm like, the fuck are they? She said they're tights. I'm like, no, that don't show half of his leg, And she's like, yeah. And then I interviewed Little Sicko and he's like, yeah, half my leg was showing. I'm like, I'd be a son of a bitch.
I wouldn't even say half his damn leg was showing. All of it was showing.
From his thigh or his bend or whatever, all the way down to his foot was just like plain as day. And my dumbass didn't really and I actually thought it was like, something else. And I'm like,
hey, those things are custom made too.
Those are amazing, though. I love those.
His mom actually made those.
That is awesome as fuck. So, is the baseball bat Sadisto's gimmick weapon?
Yes.
I kind of noticed that at was it?
Actually, I have two.
All right.
And I know one person that's familiar with the whole Carnage Cup deal. He recently got a taste of it, but chains are also a part of my gimmick too.
Chains. Jay Blade? Because I really don't know anybody else that got hit with chains.
We were at a indie show, and I was being a good guy and trying to help my boy win.
Okay.
Oh, I had reached in my little hoodie pocket because I wore a hoodie that night. I reached in my little hoodie pocket, fixing to throw me a little fireball, and Jay Blade decided he was going to kick me in the face. And I went down to the ground. And so everything So J Blade decides to pick it up and play with it, and then set my old mask on fire. Throw a fireball to it.
Oh.
Well, if you get on my TikTok, I got a pretty little video. It's called Sadisto's Revenge. And I guess he thought I was going to bring my little fire to that show that night. No, brought out my, and I changed him up to the ring post.
Oh,
Sure, he didn't get what he wanted.
oh.
So chains are part of my gimmick too.
That honestly fits.
I did the whole chain thing when I was in haunted houses. I mean, I just have an obsession with chains.
That fits Sadisto pretty well.
Sorry. Well, if given a chance, will we ever Circus of Chaos go international?
Once again, that's back up to the promoters.
Oh, okay.
Happening, I see it happening with a little sicko.
Would Sadisto go?
He'll come in here, and if I'm watching wrestling or something, he'll be like, one day, man, one day. And I'm like, I hope. Because the
So,
kids.
I heard, and this is just a theory. So, with the international question, I heard that Sadisto don't really like planes. Would that happen to be true?
I don't like flying.
Planes, like flying in planes, going to Japan.
Flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like flying. But if I have to, I will.
Sadisto's scared of planes?
Hold on. There's a thing to this. If I have to get on a plane, I'm gonna be a lot higher than that fucking plane is, I promise.
I actually know Sadisto's reason why he's scared of planes. And he makes a valid point to me. And I'm like, yeah, well, I agree with you there.
That's a true story.
Yes, he's actually out. If he wants me to, I will tell you why.
You can go ahead. I mean,
he's okay. Now think about it like this, like Sadisto told me. One bird goes in one wing of that plane. What happens? Bye-bye bird, and then what happens? Your plane goes down. So I don't blame Sadisto, like it's just one bird.
That's not even it. Before the movie Final Destination came out, I had 10 dreams of dying when I stepped foot on a plane.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, you should watch the Final Destination movie. Well, I watched it. And then, of course, you got the dude in the fucking plane that sits there and falls asleep, kind of, sort of, and then dreams about the plane blowing up. Well, guess what? No, that's some deja vu shit. So, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be afraid to hop on. I would be afraid to hop on the plane, but I will make sure that I'm higher than that fucking plane is. I promise.
I understand that. So, considering that you manage both of these boys or men, how was it reefing Little Sicko and Schizo for Violent Shit Cup?
Dude, it couldn't have got any better.
I love the shoot style. I really love that.
These guys were really knocking the hell out of each other. Like, I mean, what you couldn't expect no less. That's blood,
No.
bro. That's blood. That is family. That's what family does.
If you haven't seen it, go to Title Match, go to Violent IWA Deep South, Violent Shit Cup. You hear them literally. I'm not for sure if it's Kevin or who it is, but somebody keeps saying shoot style, baby. And they are beating the fuck out of each other.
You know the funniest whole match was? It's kind of like I was antagonizing them to do it to themselves. Because they would, I would hand them the weapons, the objects to use on each other. So it was kind of like me antagonizing them to do it.
Yes, he actually was. He was all in the middle of that match, and I'm like, Sadisto would just stand there and hold something, and then they would just pick it up, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Squirrel.
Being as you're a manager, have you ever actually wrestled in the wrestling ring, or have you ever had like wrestled?
Okay. I'm gonna try not to call somebody out on spot. Have I been in the ring? Yes. Have I been trained a day in my life? No.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because little sicko has a personal job and he don't have time to train me. So this is how I get my training. When I'm out there around that ring and I'm watching his match, I'm watching him. I'm not begging the crowd for cheers. I'm not begging the crowd to get happy. No, I'm too busy watching him, seeing what he's doing to learn off of him.
Oh,
I respect
that's
that.
cool.
Been in the ring, yes, I've been in the ring. Actually, when little sicko got hurt and snapped his elbow in two, I had to take his place in Boaz with Schizo and defend tag team belts.
Yep.
And we defended those belts 8 times. So, like, I'm an 8-time tag team champion, not trained, and also a manager.
Also a ref. So think about that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So, where the hell are you going to find a ref that'll referee in class and all that shit in shorts, short sleeve shirt, be an 8-time tag team champion, and be a manager on top of that?
You know,
Nowhere that I
Sadisto,
know of.
Sadisto, he's his own little character, and that's what I love about Sadisto. So with that being said, what was your thoughts when Jamie Richards flipped Little Sicko on the onto the flaming table at Violent Shit Cup?
I loved it. But at the same time, like Little Sicko said, there was way too much being added to that. So we had,
What was it in that ring?
what do you mean, what was it?
What was it? Like everything was in there. And like none of the three men could really move to do anything. All kinds of weapons was in there, like Little Sicko said. And you just did. And I liked the match, but like there was too many gimmicks in there, too many weapons.
Are you talking about that Scatamania?
No, Violent Shit Cup when Jamie Richards threw. It was Jamie Richards, Blaine Evans, and Little Sicko.
Well, I mean, you had Legos. There was
Oh,
like little
God.
Legos that just came out of nowhere. You had some glass ornaments.
Yeah,
Then you had the flaming door,
yeah.
ladders. There was tables.
Chairs.
So I mean, like actual toys.
Everything was all over that.
But I think like there was way too much. I don't know what they. I want to say kerosene. When they lit the door, but when they were actually putting this thing together, there was like me and Little Sicko was like, "This is way too much." Y'all gonna have to slighten down some.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I seen that match and I was like, God.
Smell it in the air.
Oh.
Like it was a lot. And I was like, make sure you got, water and shit on hand, whoever's going through this, because they're going to need it.
Yeah.
Well, I know when Little Sicko went through it, they had the water on hand. They doused him in water and everything. Well, when he rolled over out of it, he had took a piece of glass in there, like in his wrist. He actually sat there and cried like a little baby. Cried like a little baby. There's a reason why I say that. And maybe we'll get to it. But He had a piece of glass right here, and I mean, he's just sitting there screaming the whole time of pulling this glass out of his wrist. So I mean, that's probably like the rough part of him going like through the fire door. But kudos to him. He went to hell once again.
Right? I respect that.
You said earlier you had met Sig Hag and he helped you develop your character. Did he also help you in your designs of your mask?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Me and the Queen of Chaos usually sit down and look at ideas, and then we'll
Oh
come.
yeah. Cool.
Hell yes.
I think what y'all see now is what y'all are gonna get. Like this is it.
I love it.
I don't think I could change this. I love this look.
How long?
I'm back to my original colors.
How long would you say that takes when you design the mask for the design for the mask? How long you say it would take?
The idea of the mask,
Yeah, like when he designs it, how long does it usually take when he puts the design on the mask?
Are you saying like what it takes to put on the mask, like the design on the mask?
how many hours do
How
you
long?
take? How many
Like how
hours
long
or
does it take
days or
to do
whatever
the?
does it take for you to come up with an idea?
Mm,
Yeah.
I've been working on this one for like over a year.
I
Oh
fucking love it. And I
wow.
just realized the jigsaw where I see
Yeah.
jigsaw in the motherfucker in that mask.
Okay.
I've been working
That
on
is
this,
cool.
and then like I said, for the first one, it took like 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When I say you don't become a clown overnight, bro. I mean that with a grain of like to my heart. I didn't go to sleep the night of the haunt, come home and go to bed and my little warm blanket and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a clown the next day.
Oh,
No, bro.
well, that's understandable.
It took time and dedication to come up with a character. And then not only that, I got a whole background story of Sadisto. So it didn't happen overnight. So all these other clowns and shit that can put on makeup and say they're a clown, bro. No, I put my time and effort in it.
That's true. So what was your
The
thoughts
mask is
when
awesome observation.
Thank you.
what was your thoughts when
Well,
John Rayer started stabbing himself? Did he think little Sicko was gonna get stabbed in the process?
I thought it was a spot for Little Sicko, but then again, I thought it was a spot for Brian. But then again, when I seen John stab himself, I was also concerned because I knew he had went deep. Once again, having that CNA background,
Yeah.
I asked John personally, and I'm sorry, bro, but the guy, he's a legend, like you said. I looked over at John, and I was like, "Do you want me to stop it? As in, stop the match?" Because I seen it up close and personal of the blood like spewing out of his arm. And you know what he told me?
Keep it going.
No, keep it going.
It's fucking John. Got that.
And at that point, John gave me a hard on because there he is pouring blood, and yeah, there he is. Thank you, John.
Then go ahead, squirrel.
let me see. Hold on. Hmm. Actually, Skinny, I don't think I got any more questions.
So
I done
I
asked all my ones to ask.
I heard, and I want to know if it's true or not, that Sadisto wants to do a death match called an Inner Demon Death Match.
I do, yes.
Can we
But
get
hear
detail?
me out. Hear me out. It's a one and
Okay.
I respect the hell out of these guys that do these things. But honestly, I don't know if I could put myself in that predicament.
That's understandable.
I'm willing to give it a try just because little sicko wants me to try it. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it my way, my death. So what if we took a sadisto versus sadisto, old look versus new look, and had an inner demons death match? That way, I'm facing my own inner demon.
I'll take that. I like that idea.
And then no matter
Yeah.
what happens, if I take that demon to hell, that demon's where he belongs, but that demon can always come back.
Yes. That would be fucking amazing.
But, like I said, one of us is going to go to hell for it. I like it, and that's how it's going to end.
Oh, yes. If you could ref anyone, who would it be and why?
If I could ref anyone,
Yes.
honestly, I like who the hell I ref so far.
Respect that.
I am personally an IWA Deep South ref.
Yes, he is.
And I will always be IWA Deep South. That is the circus's home.
Yes, it is.
And I love Kevin for everything that he's done, for the opportunity he's gave me. I'm not saying that to kiss ass. I'm not saying that to butter his ass. Because I don't butter or kiss nobody's ass. But I appreciate everything that he's given me an opportunity to do. I love
Yes,
the guys he brings in. I've formed a family with these guys. Brian Cummings, John Rare, Bryant, Wayne Evans, all these guys. Obey's awesome.
I love Obey.
Thick Boy, awesome.
So that's the.
I have no favorite of who I've ref for, but I do greatly appreciate John Rare let me ref his matches.
Yes. You got a question for us?
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
sure you want to hear it?
I mean, we asked you.
I'll ask the easy one first.
Okay.
When the hell are we going to see y'all two come to a deathmatch show and do some live one-on-one interviews?
Honestly, I'm wanting to come to Cup and interview y'all at Cup.
So what are we going to take to get y'all there?
All we need is a vehicle, and we're good.
You're always asking us, what do we think about these other shows? But the point is, the point of the matter is, how are we going to get y'all to a Carnage Cup?
I have no clue. Because I really want to go. Fuck yeah.
All it takes is a plane ticket, right?
Yeah?
You scared to fly like I am? Good.
Not at all.
Got more balls than I got.
I would definitely fly out to go to Cup. No joke. I'd fly for Carnage.
Because I would love to see y'all take this show and go live and do some one-on-one interviews.
Oh, I would love to just sit out there and interview each and every single one of y'all.
Because I mean, I don't think I've seen Kevin actually do that.
Interview y'all's wife, and be like, "Well, your husband's out here wrestling. What do you think's going to happen? You got to doctor this man up when he comes back and he's done for the night. Let's hear what you're getting ready to go through." That would be pretty cool. Yes, I would love to interview y'all. You're the next one up for this match. What's going through your head? What's your thought process? And then after the match, how is it?
And
That'd be
I
pretty
can't
fun.
wait for a little sicko versus Bryant Woods part 2. But I really, well,
Oh,
hold on. This is what I really think of my little partner, Little Sicko. I want to see him fight Slack before he fights Bryant.
oh.
I would love that.
I think he
Yeah.
needs to get prepared this time for Bryant.
Yeah.
Because I think Bryant's going to bring more than the kitchen sink this time.
Schlack's going to give him a run for his money, so let's say it. We need to book it. We need to get somebody to book that shit. Carnage Cup round 1.
I'll tell you what. Another sick fuck. Blaine Evans.
Oh, fuck. Damn.
Since he
Damn.
likes cutting people's fingers off and stuff.
Oh, shit. That's the first time this has been.
Hey, Blaine, if you're watching, trust me, we're going to want more than just your tip. I promise.
I thank you for your time, Sadisto.
Hold on, I got one more question.
All right.
When am I going to see a skinny moose versus fat squirrel in a death match?
Oh, probably never.
Maybe it could be a death match podcast.
That would be a good idea, but I don't know, really.
Really?
That would probably be another one like 2 for the one and done. I
Hey,
wait.
Kevin. Hey, we know Kevin's watching. Hey, Kevin. It's your boy, Sadisto. We need to make this shit happen.
No.
At a shit cup or something. I mean, we need to make this happen.
That's what it'd be. It'd be a shit fest because I'm gonna get in there and fucking hurt myself.
I mean, just think about it. First time ever, deathmatch podcast.
And we get somebody to live that shit while we wrestling, bro. Put it on the channel.
I want to
No.
see a moose go flying.
You want to see a moose go flying?
Yeah, and I ain't talking about airplanes.
I want to see a Sadisto the clown go flying off of a U-Haul.
Oh.
Or me versus you then.
No.
Oh.
Hey, that would be a good idea, though. A deathmatch manager versus deathmatch manager. Sadisto, who would you fight that's a manager? The Rev.
A ref?
The Rev. Dan Wilson.
Cowboy Troy.
That's one of your indie boys, ain't it?
He's a ref for Kevin too.
I know that name.
He's a little. Hey! Hold on. He's a little old fart that sits outside the ring and taps his thigh when he counts.
Oh, I know exactly.
Oh, jeez.
I know exactly who Sadisto's talking about.
Hold on. I'm allowed to say that because I'm the one that's in there with them guys in the ring in shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
The only ref that's going to baseball slide into the fuckery besides the ref that's going to SSPO, but Sadisto slides right into the shit, slicing up his arms, slicing up his body, and just chills on the fucking fuckery.
And then 2 months later, pulling an inch of glass out of your shin.
Exactly.
So yeah, I would fight Cowboy Troy.
Yes.
I'd put him back in his nursing home where he belongs.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn.
Any more questions?
No, but I am gonna make this happen between y'all. Me and Kevin's gonna have a long talk.
Yes. It's your boy Skinny Moose signing off.
It's your boy Fat Squirrel signing out.
Your boy Sadisto.